All right, and we're live. Aloha, everyone, in another level living land. So happy that you're here for another episode of Freedom Fridays. We are in for an amazing treat today because it is about learning how to balance family and business life. Now, first, let me just tell you, what is the show all about? Freedom Fridays is specializes in bringing on amazing guests to talk about business and life harmony because it really is two sides of the same coin. We never want to get so busy making a living that we forget to make a life. And it is totally possible to work smarter, not harder, and create time, money, and emotional freedom so that you can stress less, strengthen your relationships, lead with much more energy, ease, and momentum. And for those of you who haven't had a chance to check out the communication mastery training that's coming up, definitely check out this one. It's going to be in a couple of weeks and is the last one of this year. So you want to definitely make sure you save your spot. There's only 3 spots left. And so definitely check that out on our website. And we have an amazing guest here with us today. Her name is Emmalou Penrod. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Heather, how are you?
I'm doing so well. We're so happy that you're here and that you're joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you a little bit about Emmalou. She is the owner of an amazing company called Healing Your Families. She's going to talk to us today about balancing entrepreneurship with family life. And it requires time management skills and patience to raise your family and build a business. She's a mom, she's a wife, a grandmother, retired school teacher, and owner of Healing Your Families. And she helps parents go from frustration, overwhelm to calm, confidence, and joy. Oh, that sounds so nice. Thank you so much again for being here. And I'm just so excited to be able to share your wisdom with us today. Tell us, first before we even get into what we want to talk about, what kind of led you to all of this amazing work that you're doing and what you're going to share with us today?
Well, I grew up in a family. As an adult, I raised a family. And as a school teacher, I worked closely with families. So I feel like I've had the opportunity to study them from every angle and to experience and witness the best and the worst of family life and decided that we really need families. They are the foundation of our society. And right now, parents are facing challenges no previous generation ever had to deal with. So
Hmm.
I'm committed to strengthening families. I truly believe that we can make the world a better place by strengthening families.
Oh, that's so wonderful. And it's so needed in this time. You're right. Like we've experienced so much, especially with this pandemic. And it just seems like it's like never ending these uncertainties, these things that happen. And we've had everything is kind of on the rise. I talked about this month being like mental health awareness month. Suicides are on the rise. Divorce rates are on the rise. Separation is on the rise. It's polarization, and what I love about you and the work that you're doing is it's about bringing it back into unity and harmony. So a lot of us are craving that right now. So I'll let you take it away with sharing with us some of these amazing things. Like, how can we do this? So what do you have to be able to share?
Okay, well, I love what you're doing, Heather, and I love the way you're talking about bringing it all together and focusing on what's going well. We know that what we focus on expands, we bring more of that. So as we focus on serving others, caring, sharing, it
Thank
works. So now I know entrepreneurs, anyone in business, has unique challenges. It's not your 9 to 5 job. It may seem like it never ends, much like parenting. That's a 24/7 on call, too. So, my last name begins with a P, and I came up with 3 words that begin with a P that will really help us make this happen. The first is priorities. Know what your priorities are. If you have a priority for family life, then how much time are you spending with your families? And your business, are you all in with that? So it's examining your priorities. What are your values first of all? If you if you are living a value driven life, you're being proactive, and that's probably one of the most effective ways to live life, whether you're in business or just raising a family, is actively choosing what you want, taking responsibility for your own actions, and determining that you want to move forward. It's easy to feel like we're in circumstances where we don't have a lot of choice. Maybe we're feeling trapped or compelled. But I like to look at the example of Viktor Frankl.
Well,
He was,
let me pause you for a moment because the stuff that you
yes,
said, I was trying to make sure I hold it all in because that was so good. So, step one is prioritizing, making sure you're paying attention to your priorities. How much are we prioritizing our family, right? How much are we prioritizing our business? And a lot of times, what I found is that sometimes like our brain may not go maybe 24/7 going. Like when we're at work, we could be thinking about our family. When we're at our family, we could be thinking about work and how to be able to compartmentalize, not compartmentalize, but be present in all that we're doing.
I love what you said. Yes, be present. There's another word that begins with a B.
Ah!
Yes. So, and I agree with that. When you're home with your family, be home with your family. And when you're at work, be at work. You've probably managed the child care. You know your children are getting the care they need. So focus on work.
Yep.
I love that.
Oh, it's so true. I think for me, the best thing that I could have ever did was take off completely on the weekends. If an email comes in on the weekends or after 5 o'clock, I'm not responding to it. I'm not even touching it. I'm not even thinking about it until the next business day. And it's so important. And then, sometimes we don't even get a chance to take care of ourselves in that. So I think one of the things that leads to a lot of depletion with family life, like you feel like you're in it by yourself. What are you doing when you got so much going on and you feel overwhelmed and people are feeling drained? And so one of the things I shared was take some time for self-care day. Hairdressers and
That's one of our
technicians,
priorities.
yeah, they
One of,
take off on Mondays. So I started taking off, especially on Monday mornings. So powerful, that transformation.
and that's part of the next word is planning. Plan time to for self-care. And again, your priority is if your priority is good health, what are you doing to maintain your health? To eat a proper diet, get the nutrition you need, and get the movement that you need, drinking enough water. So all of this takes planning, and we talked about the home life and work life, and that takes coordinating schedules. That takes planning ahead, knowing when you're going to have an extra an especially stressful day with your business. How can you plan to make that smoother for your children? Maybe arranging for them to do something really enjoyable, or preparing them for that and knowing, okay, now mom's got to go out of town. Let's prepare for this. How can we make this? This is when I'm leaving. This is when I'm coming back. Children thrive on knowing a schedule, having that structure, knowing what to expect. And as you share with them what your business is, what your dreams are, what your mission is, you can actually include them in that they catch that vision too. And there's that buy-in. Then they're not resenting you because you have to spend some extra time away. They're supporting you. They're cheering you on. They want to hear all about it when you get back.
Oh my gosh. So you mentioned even some more P words in here. You talked about planning ahead, and that's so powerful because one of the quotes that I heard recently, that failure to plan is a plan to fail,
Yep.
you know, and then preparing for your schedule, like preparing for those anything that comes up. And you talked about even that buy-in. It's like enrolling them into your vision and getting them excited, including. Oh, wow. That's just so good.
It makes the difference whether they see your business as just something that takes you away from them, or whether they feel like you're still spending time with them, but they understand that sometimes you can't be with them. Maybe something comes up and you can't be there at the ball game, but they know you're there in spirit, you're still cheering them on, you want to hear all about it later, and they know that you're doing something they believe in. They can actually feel like they're a part of it. You know, as they get older, of course, you can actually physically involve them in. I know I rely heavily on grandchildren to help me with technology.
Well, they are the like geniuses of it, right? Probably even like 2 year old and up. I mean, seriously, they just are technology whizzes already. It's crazy. Oh, so good.
So I think the more, we think of them as two separate things, but think of the aspects where you can combine them.
Mhm.
I know we love the, take your daughter to work day. Well, we just, you know, we felt sons too. Just that time where you're welcoming them into your world. You're letting them see what it's like. It does several things. First of all, it creates a stronger bond. You have that stronger, you're spending time together. You're sharing your values with them. You're also teaching them a work ethic. You're explaining this is why I do this, and this is what my goals are. This is what I'm hoping to achieve. So
Mm.
you're preparing them. Remember, the ultimate goal of a parent is to raise independent adults who can be successful, who can set their own goals and reach them, who can give back to their community, and you're preparing them for that as you involve them in what you're doing.
Wow.
Explain to them why you're making all those phone calls.
Oh, that's so good. One of the questions that came to me, because I know a lot of times when we're parenting, right? Two parents come from two completely different backgrounds. They come from two completely different worlds. And they're trying to come together and parent these kids, and they probably want to strangle each other as they're trying to figure it out. What thoughts do you have and tips and suggestions for parents who want to be able to better come together and enjoy this journey, especially of entrepreneurship, because it's like totally different than just going to a 9 to 5 job, right?
You
What do you,
know,
what
it
thought-
is. It
yeah.
is. It's again that there isn't that clear separation, and I don't think there needs to be. I think first of all, accept that it's okay that you're not exactly the same. It is vital for parents to be on the same page when it comes to parenting, when it comes to their approach. What are the family rules or guidelines? What's the structure? And then what's the consequences, the follow through? If there is a discrepancy, a break in the family rules, how is that handled? And if they're both coming from the attitude of they love their children, they want what's best for their children, and wanting what's best for your children doesn't necessarily mean giving them what they want. Quite often, what children want isn't what's best for them in the long run. But if they're at least together on that, they will each parent will bring their unique strengths and personality, and it actually just gives the child a richer life.
Oh my gosh. So that's almost like a mic drop moment for many of the people who are listening, because that is so beautiful. I talk a lot about owning your uniqueness, right? Unleashing your greatness, and the beauty of recognizing that there are no minds that are exactly the same. Everyone has a unique, beautiful mindset, a unique, beautiful way that they were raised, and they can take the things that they want to take from it and what they want to enter. They can leave behind the things that didn't work for them, and we're all just doing the best that we can. So that part about when you play to each other's strengths and you understand maybe where we can each fall short, then we can be able to enjoy the journey in full and give that richness to the children. It's so
Yes,
good.
yes, they don't, you don't need to be exactly alike. There does need to be that unity so you're not undermining each other. It's not a matter of mom said no, well, I'll go ask dad. You're united on that in how you're raising them, the values you're teaching them, but be yourself. That leads to the next word, play.
Yay.
It's got to be fun. You even things like cleaning the house. And a lot of times we fall into the trap of assuming that, of course, it's the mom who cleans up. If more than one person lives in a home, more than one person should be cleaning and maintaining it. And yet, you can make it a game. You can have, okay, I'm setting the timer. Look at the living room. We're going to see how many things we can put away in the next 10 minutes. Or you can make a game as you clean up after a meal.
Oh, nice.
And just make it fun and then isn't it wonderful? Look, time's up and look at how clean and orderly this house is. Now we will be able to find what we need. We know where it is and make it a fun. I remember having a bag we kept toys in, a big bag, and I would pretend like it was a monster and they had to feed the bag toys, and as they would put them in I would grab their hand, while I'm holding it, and it just became a hoot.
Oh
It was
my gosh,
fun
that
in a
sounds
good
so
way.
fun. With everything that's going on, I feel like we all need some more fun in our households.
Yes, we do.
Laughter, joy, and making even the things that we think are like painful. Like one of the things that we did, which was really cool, I'd put on music. So Saturday is our cleaning day. Like forget a lot. Sometimes we just have to let some stuff go during the week. And then Saturday we put on some music, we hang out. Okay, in the morning, we're gonna clean up, we're gonna go ahead and do this, and then we can go play. And then we can have free time.
Yes, yes, and that's another excellent. Let's Saturday morning, let's clean the house and then let's go on an outing. Let's go to the park.
Yeah.
Let's go to the zoo. Yeah,
So
putting in
taking the
that.
pressure off, it seems like, well, pressure is
Yes.
another P word, but taking it off is really going to allow us to be able to play more.
And
So,
and family is the perfect time to make those memories that will last a lifetime. Now, I'm going to ask you this, Heather, and think about it. When you look back on your childhood, do you remember exactly what the furniture looked like or the kind of car your family drove?
I mean, a
What do
little
you
bit, but
what
like,
do you remember?
I remember a lot of working. So this is where I got. So it's interesting because some of the stuff that you mentioned, I used to be a workaholic where I would have all these jobs and so busy. Then I realized, well, when I got a family, I can't do that like I used to. And so I remember, my family, they did a lot of working. They also made sure that we did have some time to be able to spend together. I think about family gatherings, right? Where everybody comes together. The food, like country food is so rich here in the country, but like it would just be beautiful, just being able to connect, to laugh, to play games, to be free. Those are probably the biggest positive memories I think about with all the family coming together. And and how it created that uh beauty that even my children see now. Like, okay, let's come
Yes.
together and eat. And whereas it may seem like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of work to put all this stuff together. But the reward on the other side, when we see all those smiling faces and everybody's bellies are full and they're playing games and they're laughing and they're playing and they're
Yes.
free.
Yes,
Beautiful.
absolutely. Those are the memories that last a lifetime. And it can be a vacation or a trip, but like you said, it can just be simple things, just getting together, laughing over some silly thing. You don't even remember why you were laughing, but it's just those simple times of being together, having that positive mood, that joy, that love, feeling that bond.
So good. So good.
I remember something as simple as, we had structure in our home. Bedtime was a specific time. You did not get out of bed after it was bedtime.
Uh-huh.
But occasionally in the summer, my mother would call up the stairs. No, my dad, one of them, would call up the stairs and say, "Everybody get in the car. We're going to go out for ice cream." Something happened that needed to be celebrated.
And everybody's like, yay!
And also, we never left a room in our pajamas, but on this occasion, we got out of bed in our pajamas and piled into the car and went out for an ice cream cone. And it was just great. It was because we were celebrating. It was one of my older siblings had just gotten an award at school, and we wanted to celebrate.
Oh my gosh.
So just those and little things when the whole family goes out to see a younger sibling's soccer game and they're all cheering for him.
Oh, so good.
Those,
You know,
that play is essential to
so the
families.
ones that I heard, I just want to make sure I got the three right. We got prioritization, priority, planning ahead, and play, right?
And preparing, yes.
And preparing. So
And
for
we talked
those,
about the preparation goes with the planning. Yeah.
okay, and the
Yeah.
preparation goes with the planning. So for those of you who are listening, I want y'all to put in the chats below, in the comments below, what was your biggest takeaway from the amazing message that she had, the wisdom that she shared in this conversation. Um, and then I want to hear, is there anything that you want to be able to share with us? Any last big takeaway for or big thing that any golden nugget that comes to you that you want to share with our audience before we wrap up today?
Well, I just like to remember that the most powerful force in the universe is love. And if you think of all those good things you want for your children, you want them to be responsible, you want them to have self confidence, to believe in themselves, to be willing to serve others, to be determined, all of those good qualities come when you can give them that unconditional love, when they know you love them no matter what. And that
Mm.
doesn't mean that you're accepting poor behavior. You're just separating the child from the behavior and recognizing usually children misbehave because they're hurting. So you're loving that child and making sure they feel that. And then you can work together on improving behavior so they'll be happier.
Oh, so good. I share how our love can heal all things. It can heal all things. And it makes me think about the scripture that I just put on my wall in my kitchen. And it's such a good reminder. Let all things that we do be done with love.
Yes, I love that. Oh, Heather,
Yes.
that's great.
Oh, thank you so much. And where can so if anyone wants to be able to get connected with you, where can we find and learn more information about you and what you do?
My website is healingyourfamilies.com, and I'm on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram. And then I have a YouTube channel. I do 1 minute parenting tips on my YouTube channel, which is just Emmalou Penrod.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Emmalou. So yes, if you resonated with this message, I'm sure many of you have, make sure you go ahead and connect with her, like her Facebook page, subscribe to her YouTube channel, check out her website. She also has some really great free gifts there. And I'll make sure to put it in the comments below. This has literally been amazing. And we're just so glad that you were able to come and bless our stage with your amazing wisdom today, Emmalou. Thank
My
you.
pleasure, Heather.
Awesome. All right, everyone. Have an amazing, amazing weekend. This is Memorial Day weekend. Okay. So I know that can be a celebratory time for many people. And also from some military and veteran families, it can be a little bit of a difficult time. Just know that everything is going to be a-okay as long as you come from your heart and give that love that we shared. Just be present in the moment. The past is gone. The future is yet to come, And the greatest gift that you can give your family is your presence, especially in this time. Thanks so much for listening. Make sure to put your comment and biggest takeaway down below. And we look forward to seeing you on another episode of Freedom Fridays. Peace.